In the 6 years that Jimmy Butler has been on the Miami Heat, he's led them to 2 NBA Finals appearances, been named Eastern Conference Finals MVP during one of those runs, been named an All-Star twice, made all NBA teams and essentially kept the team competitive even when the roster was lacking in top-end talent alongside him and Bam Adebayo. Butler's been one of the best guards in the league during this run with the Heat, and while injuries have handicapped him over the years, Butler, when healthy, is one of the most formidable scorers and defenders in the league. This season, Butler has averaged 19 points, 5.4 rebounds, 4.8 assists and 1.2 steals, and helped the Heat to a 12-10 record, which is good for 5th in a weak Eastern Conference. The Heat have the 12th best net rating in the league, due to the efforts of Butler, in addition to Adebayo and the ascension of Tyler Herro. But Butler's in the last year of his contract with a $52.4 million player option next season, and without a contract extension agreed upon prior to the start of the season, there were always questions about Butler's future with the Heat. With the NBA trade deadline 2 months away, we now have a clearer picture of Miami's plans. The Heat are reportedly open to listening to offers for Butler and making a deal if the proposal is right. That doesn't mean that Butler will be traded for sure, but the All-Star guard does have a list of preferred destinations if a trade were to materialize. Butler wants to be traded to a title contender, and sees the Golden State Warriors, Dallas Mavericks and Houston Rockets as preferred landing spots, per the report. Headshot. Jimmy Butler. MIA SF, #22. PPG. 19.0. APG. 4.8. SPG. 1.24. 3PG. 0.529. View profile. With Butler's wish list in mind, let's break down all 3 destinations as trade season begins to heat up. Golden State Warriors. The Warriors have reportedly been looking to add another star player alongside Stephen Curry. The team tried to land Paul George in the offseason, and attempted to facilitate a trade for Lauri Markkanen. Neither worked, but that's not stopping Golden State from remaining aggressive this trade season. On the surface, adding Butler makes sense for the Warriors. He's a proven veteran who can assimilate to any team's style of play. He can play with or without the ball in his hands, is experiencing his most efficient season from inside the arc, 55.7% shooting to be exact, and Butler's defense would only strengthen Golden State's 4th-ranked unit. The caveat here, though, is that any trade for Butler would be costly and difficult. He's making $48.7 million this season, so the Warriors would need to send out several important players just to acquire him. It would probably have to start with Andrew Wiggins, who is making $26.2 million this season, and would also likely cost young guys like Jonathan Kuminga and/or Brandon Podziemski. But the Warriors have been reluctant to trade both Kuminga and Podziemski in the past, and Kuminga specifically has been trending in the right direction. In the last 6 games, he's averaging 19.3 points and 4.5 rebounds, and has been given more opportunity as recently as being placed in the starting lineup instead of Green due to his downhill capabilities. Podziemski's efficiency has been down across the board this season, so perhaps the Warriors would be more willing to trade with him now than they were in the past. Beyond the roster gymnastics the Warriors would have to do in order to acquire Butler, his age 34 and injury history should also make the Warriors hesitant to trade for him, especially since they've maintained that they want to operate on this dual timeline with equals veterans and younger players.